So when I think Halloween, I definitely think monsters, and monster picture books are so much fun, even when it's not Halloween. So tell me in the comments below, what kind of Halloween things is your kid into? And then let's get just right into this because I have so many of these great monster picture books. All right, Glad Monster, Sad Monster, a book about feelings. So this is so fun because you hold the little flap up to your face and you be the monster, and it goes through and it's not only doing feelings but it's also doing colors. So how fun is that? It's associating the colors with the feelings. Monsters love underpants. Okay, what kid is not going to love this, right? Because they just think that's so funny and silly. So it goes through and it talks about these different monsters and their underpants, and it's a fun, silly book. This next one is The Monster Who Lost His Mane. I think this is one of my very favorites. So check this out. It goes and it talks about these monsters, and they're, these terrible creatures. And it says what each letter of the word monster stands for. Mean, observant, noisy, super strong. So it goes through and each monster has their letters that they stand for these certain things. But one day this monster's M goes missing. And so it's just this cute, really funny book. He is now the Onster. And he goes through and he's so sad and he's looking all over for his M so that he can be mean again, but he can't find it. So now he's starting to just not be mean. He's the Onster. But then as he's having so much fun with these different kids, the real monsters are laughing at him and making fun of him. And so he goes and he tries these different things to be mean again, but he just isn't successful. And so in the end, he finds out what is most important. Does he want the M to be monster, or will he just stick with being onster? Super fun, cute book. There Was an Old Monster. So this is going to be making you think of There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly, right? But it's a fun one. You can kind of sing it with the kids, and the kids will get so into it. And it's going through, and each time the monster's just really bothered because he's got these ants dancing in his pants, scratchy, scratch, scratchy, scratch. So you can do that with the kids. That's really fun. And so you're going through the book, and he's just trying to figure out how to get rid of this itch. Eventually he swallows a bear, getting all into it with the kids. He's got all these animals, scratchy, scratch, scratchy, scratch. And then he's going to swallow a lion. That's just the thing to do, right? But a very different ending than the ending for There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed the Fly. So cute. It'll surprise the kids when you get them at the end. There's a monster in your book. This one's really cute. I have a Christmas version by Tom Fletcher. And so this is a really fun interactive one because it's having you shape the book and different things to get rid of this monster in your book. This next one is Crakenstein, and so it goes through and it talks about these different times that this kid is being a Crakenstein little monster, and then in the end you see that he's not always Crakenstein when he finds another Crakenstein. So this one is called Believe It or Not, My Brother Has a Monster. Really fun counting book. And I think you could sing it. It's got a rhyme and rhythm. I didn't quite grasp it completely until the end, so I'm trying to decide how I would sing it. I really like to get into rhythm when I'm reading books to kids. Actually, my 3-year-old doesn't always love it. She's like, just read, Mom. So anyways, it goes through, and this brother has a monster, and he's got spiders, and he's got rats, and he's got these black cats and toads, and it's going through talking about all these things that the brother has. And then in the end, the parents, they come and they turn on the lights, and it's not all those things. He just thought that's what it was, right? And so then it turned out to be a dog. But then the brother brought home another pet. Oh dear. And so just a fun little surprise at the end. Next one, Too Many Monsters, super cute book, and has kind of a unique illustration that it's got these realistic drawings, but he's seeing all these monsters in his room, and so he's like, too many monsters. So he runs downstairs and he's talking to his mom and dad about how to get rid of the monsters. And so they're like, you've got to quack like a duck. Monsters are afraid of ducks. And so they go and be ducks to get rid of the monsters. It's a really just cute, fun thing that you can do with kids as well. I think kids will really get into it. It reminds me of another one, actually. This one's Smarter Than a Monster. My kids love this book. We just got it at a book signing by Brandon Mull. And it's a lot of fun because it talks about all these things that you have to do if you don't want the monster to get you. And so it goes through, and monsters are going to get dirty kids, but they're not going to get the clean kids. And so it's talking about how to outsmart the monster. And another just really fun one all my kids love. Go Away, Big Green Monster. So this one is going page by page, really cute, showing this big green monster. First it shows his eyes, and then his nose and his mouth, and eventually at the end you're going backwards, getting rid of the big green monster. Kids really like that one. Even monsters need haircuts. So this little boy's father is a barber, and at night the little boy goes back to the barber shop and he gives haircuts to the monsters. And it has a cute little twist in there because they're like, oh no, there's a knock on the front door and a human comes in. And they're like, oh, what are we gonna do? All the monsters are hiding, and then a fun little surprise. This is a fun, really fun series about, this is called How I Met My Monster, and there's like 4 or 5 books in the series, and like Not My Monster, and so it goes through, and this kid in this book is trying to be scared by these different monsters, and this guy is like grading the monsters on if they do a good job or not. And so eventually he finds the perfect monster for him that scares him just enough, and they make a good little pair. And it is really fun. Like I said, there's multiple in the series, even an alphabet one. So which monster book are you the most excited to share with your kids? Please tell me about it in the comments below. And if you found value in this video, if it helped you out, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and come back and keep getting more great book recommendations for the kids in your life. Bye.